Good morning from me, Paul Salter. On for Snelly between now and 9:30. Later this week, the Mayor of Wirral will welcome a civic leader from the United States to the town hall in Wallasey. Richard Ziegler is visiting family in Bebington. They'll be joining me in the studio in just a few moments' time, and we'll find out more about what's happening there. And have you wondered, like me, what it's like to be the mayor of somewhere, anywhere? Then I wonder what it's like to be the mayor of somewhere in a different country. Well, we're very honoured this morning to have the Mayor of Wixom, Michigan, in the studio with his wife. So it's a very good morning to Richard and Melody Ziegler, who have been visiting family in Wirral this Christmas. Very good morning, Richard and Melody.
Good morning.
If you just come a bit closer to the microphone, if that's all right. And there we go. That's brilliant. Well, welcome. Firstly, what do you make of Merseyside then, Richard, from what you've seen so far?
Oh, great. It's not our first time here. We've been here many times, and it's really a fun time.
Yeah. Is it a lot different from home?
No, not really. I think the biggest difference is there's not as many Christmas cookies here as there are in Michigan.
Right. There's enough of other things. Don't worry about that. You know, I mean, admittedly, there's no cookies, but there's plenty of chocolate. And Melody, what do you make of, what you've seen here on Merseyside and in Wirral, of course?
Of course, it's been beautiful and lovely being with that family, extended family and children and things, and we've had a really wonderful time.
Of course, I should check your titles, really, shouldn't I? So Richard, what is your correct title?
Mayor Ziegler.
Mayor Ziegler.
I'm just the mayor of Wixom.
Have I been disrespectful by just calling you Richard?
Absolutely not.
Are you sure about that? I don't want to disrespect you. And what kind of place is Wixom then?
Well, it's an 11 square mile town that's about 20 miles outside of Detroit, Michigan.
Right.
It's a very nice city. We've lived there for about 45 years, and it's been a great place to live in. And we've gotten involved civically, and it's just a great place to be.
Population-wise, what would you say?
About 15,000.
Right. Okay. So because you're staying in Bebington at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
So I mean, Bebington, I would guess, will have a similar sort of population.
I think it seems to be about the same size as Wixom.
Yeah. And what are your duties as mayor?
As I'm one of 7 on the city council, the mayor runs the meetings and takes care of working with the city manager. We have a full-time city manager that runs the day-to-day operations, and we pretty much set policy for the city manager, and we just work very hard to keep a smooth operation, overseeing the law enforcement and the city streets and parks and recreations and like that.
Yeah, you do know Liverpool itself has got 3 mayors, which is I bet you can't beat that, can you?
I'm a little intimidated by that.
Yeah, yes. 3 mayors we've got.
That's amazing.
We've got a city mayor, we've got a metro mayor for the region, and we've got a Lord Mayor as well.
Wow,
so that's pretty good going. And what about you then, Julie? What are your duties? What do you have to do?
That's Melody.
Sorry, Melody. Julie's. I'll come to Julie in a second. Melody, what do you have to do?
I just have to oversee my husband, make sure everything's in order with his day-to-day operations. So remind him things.
You've got the really big job then, haven't you, really?
Yes,
you've got the most important job. Absolutely. Right, I'm now going to bring in Julie, and I'm also going to bring in Stuart. Now, Julie, you just explain who you are in relation to Melody and to Richard here.
Well, the mayor and his wife are my parents. So
wow.
I am the reason that they're here for Christmas, instead of my dad doing his mayor duties in Wixom.
Okay, and how did you end up over here then?
I met a man from the Wirral.
Did you?
Yes.
And are you still with him?
And he stole my heart.
And you're still with him?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I'm glad about that. You better introduce him, haven't you?
This is Stuart, my husband.
Stuart, how are you getting on with all these Americans? Do you find it okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it now after 15 years. So, we're acclimatised, finally.
And you've been over, I would imagine, many times, have you? I mean, do you find it a bit of a culture shock when you go over there?
It's a little bit different. I think the major difference, we were talking about it just outside the studio. When I first landed, my dad told me that because they celebrate Thanksgiving, when you go at Christmas, it might be a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Which is just wholly untrue. When I got there was just Christmas lights everywhere. It's kind of like our Christmas, but on steroids, likewise. So it was pretty amazing.
I mean, Thanksgiving is the bigger of the two celebrations, though, isn't it? Am I right? Am I right in saying or not?
I don't think so. I think Christmas is really a big occasion.
It is.
There. Yeah, I think, and it's almost as though from Thanksgiving all the way to New Year, it's just one big party. I mean, it's
yeah.
Everybody celebrates the holidays, and they include Thanksgiving, which comes in the end of November, all the way to New Year's.
You mentioned there about the cookies. You are a bit weird with your chocolate, aren't you? Let's be honest. The chocolate thing. I've only been to New York a couple of times, but no one seems to like our chocolate. The proper, like proper chocolate. You go for cookies or that kind of thing more. Is that fair?
I think Americans like both.
Do they? It's just the people I know who don't like chocolate then. You have different kind of chocolate though, don't you? Definitely. The chocolate thing's very important to me. Let's focus on this for a second.
Well, I think the chocolate's coming up compared to England. Like, we have a lot more nicer chocolates.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Has it been lagging behind for a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I see.
I think that's since I took some Cadbury's over there that they decided to raise the game.
You have to, I would imagine you get orders, don't you, when you go over there? Bring a load of Cadbury's chocolate.
Yeah, we usually have a full case.
Other chocolate is, of course, available. So how did you and Julie meet?
Well, our best friends ended up getting married, so we kind of met at the wedding.
Right, and was it love at first sight? Julie's remaining very quiet throughout the whole of this.
Because in American weddings, you have the wedding party. You have the groomsmen and the bridesmaids are paired up. So Stu and I were paired up, and so you have a first dance together. When the couple dance together, then you dance with the groomsmen. So and we sat together at the dinner, and so he's very funny.
Just not this morning.
He made me laugh a lot, so he continues to make me laugh 13 years later.
If you're single, that's an ideal way of matchmaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a tradition, is it? Is that how it works?
Not unusually.
No, but I have heard that before. Yeah. It's a good place to meet somebody as at a wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't mean for you. I didn't mean as a tradition you had to get together. I mean,
no.
The whole first dance thing, you sort of get paired up at weddings. That's the tradition.
Yes, that is the tradition.
I'm glad we got that cleared up. I didn't want to. So anyway, what are the kind of perks you get then, Stuart, from being married to the daughter of the mayor of Wixom?
Well, I think the freedom of the city is really important when I go over there.
Yeah. So you can, your cows can graze in the centre of Wixom, can they?
Yeah. I get a lot of benefits from being the son-in-law of the mayor. A lot of dispensations. Things are overlooked.
Yeah. You can get away with what you like, basically.
He was once driving, and he was pulled over by the police, and he was driving my mom's car, and they said, "That doesn't look like Melody Ziegler. Who is driving that car?" And so they pulled him over and said, "Why are you driving Melody Ziegler's car?"
Yeah, and the explanation didn't need to happen after they heard my accent, because they'd heard that their daughter had married a Brit. So.
Oh, right, okay. Melody, I can confirm you don't look anything like him.
No.
I'd be very alarmed if you did. Unless you're going to start growing the beard soon. And you're looking forward, of course, to meeting the mayor of Wirral, Councillor Geoffrey Watts. What's happening here then?
Well, I think that Stuart's mother was behind that. I think she wrote a letter and suggested that the two of us get together, and I'm looking forward to it. Frankly, I think it's an opportunity to get a chance to meet a dignitary from here, and also see if I can pick up a few little tips as to how to run a city, because I think it'd be I like to steal ideas from people.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity to see if they've got anything really good for me to take back to Wixom to instill.
It's funny, actually, Mr. Mayor, because there's a few giants kicking around who aren't doing anything at the moment. If you fancy seeing them in Wixom. Have you heard about our giants that have been here?
I have not.
Oh, right.
You'd have seen the pictures on Facebook, Dad, where we went and took the boys to see the giants.
Oh.
You want to get the giants to Wixom. We've had them 3 times now. We're being greedy, so get them over there. And they've been to Wirral as well.
That's exactly the thing I'm looking for.
There you go. You don't need to go and see the mayor. Just come to me. And also any Scouse or Merseyside phrases you'd like to... I mean, I'm sure Stuart can help you out on this. Has he picked up any of the local lingo or not, Stuart?
Just go Liverpool.
Go Liverpool. What, the football team?
Yes.
That's slightly controversial. Can you now please say go Everton?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Go
Everton.
Go Everton. Go, please. Just for peace. For
All
peace.
right. I'm sorry.
Right. Enjoy the rest of your visit. It's been great meeting with you. Thanks very much, all of you, for coming in.
Thank you very much.
So that's the Mayor of Wixom and his family, and they're over here for the Christmas period and taking a look at Wirral and meeting the Mayor of Wirral as well. I'm sure they're going to have a great time. What lovely people.